Hello there, Assalamualaikum. I'm Shira Abang Mansor and you're now watching English News at 5. The Modernization of Agriculture and Regional Development, MANRED, has been officially renamed the Ministry of Food Industries, Commodities and Regional Development effective today. Such a move reflects the new focus of the ministry on commercialization of agriculture and cooperation with all the newly established regional development agencies. Premier of Sarawak, Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Jari Tonopeng said the renaming of the ministry helmed by Datuk Sri Dr. Stephen Rundi Utom was made as Sarawak is moving towards sustainable agriculture with the focus of not only producing food but embracing new farming technology as well.
Because agriculture is too important to us, I have decided to change the name of this ministry under Stephen Rundi, a hard-working minister with certain vision, to Ministry of Food Industry, Commodity and Regional Development.
He said so when officiating at the opening ceremony of the Congress on Sustainable Agriculture and Food Security at a hotel in Kuching yesterday, September 20th. Abang Johari noted that the function of the ministry remains the same, which focuses on commodities. He added that the agriculture sector has to be redefined as sustainable agriculture, in which it embraces and adopts the latest technology across the whole chain of food production.
Technology is the key. Agriculture cannot be seen as a poor man's job. With the local people called Changkol, with the hoe, with the hand, and difficult and susah punya muka. That is what farming is all about. So we have to change the perception.
Meanwhile, Minister of Food Industries, Commodities and Regional Development, Datuk Sri Dr. Stephen Rundi Anak Utom said agriculture processes in the state need to be transformed by building the necessary infrastructure to enable Internet of Things IoT applications to be deployed. And at the same time, he said that the application of modern technology and IoT will also transform conventional practices to promote sustainable food production systems and resilient agricultural practices among food producers.
My ministry is confident that the NAP, the National Agro-Food Policy 2021 and 2030, NAP 2.0, by the Agriculture and Food Industry Ministry, that the vision that they have formulated to develop a sustainable, resilient, and technology-based agro-food sector in driving economic growth, improving the well-being of people of Sarawak, and prioritizing food security and nutrition.
Under the Post-COVID-19 Development Strategy PCDS 2030, the agriculture sector has been identified as one of the engines of growth that will help propel Sarawak toward a developed and high-income state.
With 3 more days to go before the curtains are drawn, on today's medal tally, Johor remains in the lead with 54 gold, while Terengganu sit in a distant second with 29 and the Federal Territories in third, 23. Sarawak currently stand at 6th place with 16 gold, positioning itself as a fierce contender against the top 5 spots as it gains momentum through several events. We have our editor, Firdaus Ismail, on the ground to follow up on the results. Let's hear what he has to say.
As we enter the 6th day of the SUKMA Kuala Lumpur, on the verge of securing few more gold medals as we speak, especially in Muay Thai, diving, swimming and temping bowling. Over at South City Mall, Sarawak put high hope on Johan Ghazali to deliver first goal in men's 60 kg final this evening. Johan, for as most know, was crowned the world junior champion recently, will face opponent from Federal Territory. Johan's brother Ilyas also entered final in 63 kg. Meanwhile, in bowling, we can affirm medal in today's event as Sarawak continue its striking role after winning 3 gold medals. The state kegler showed a stunning performance in the first block of team event at Sunway Mega Lanes. Led by SEA Games medalist Gillian Lim, Sarawak team finished top position with 2,889 pinfall, 117 pin ahead Sabah, while Selangor in third. Meanwhile, on the boys' event, they are currently trailing with an uphill battle to bounce back with 190 pinfall behind the Federal Territory, and we wish both teams the best. Currently, both teams have resumed their second block to determine gold medal winner. For more updates on Sukma, do catch us on TVS Nightline. That's all from Kuala Lumpur. I'm Firdaus Ismail, TVS.
Thank you, Firdaus. Now, MIRI will be the host of the MAULIDUR RASUL celebration at the Sarawak level on October 9th and 10th. Sarawak Islamic Council President Dato' Misnu Taha said a total of 10,000 visitors are expected to attend this celebration.
Dan insyaAllah pada 9 bulan majlis persyukuran dan 9 bulan dan pada 10 bulan majlis perhimpunan akan MAULIDUR RASUL di Stadium Terbuka MIRI. We expect at least around 5 to 10,000, and we have invited a lot of agencies divided into, I was informed, around 8 sections, and will be handled by the resident MIRI and the Director of Jabatan Agama.
He said so after a courtesy visit to the Yang di-Pertuan Negeri, Tun Pehin Sri Abdul Taib Mahmud in Demak Jaya. Elaborating further, the purpose of the visit is to invite Tun Pehin Sri Abdul Taib Mahmud and his wife, Toh Puan Datuk Patinggi Ragat Kurdi Taib, to grace the event.
The state government is committed to its bid towards a low-carbon state in line with the Paris Agreement and the Sustainable Development Goals proposed by the United Nations. The matter was expressed by the Premier of Sarawak, Dato' Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tonopeng, during the Asia Flux Gala Dinner at the Tropi headquarters in Kota Samarahan last night.
Sarawak has recently amended its Forest Ordinance 2050 to regulate forest carbon activities in line with efforts to mitigate the effects of climate change under the Paris Agreement. The state is thereby creating a solid foundation, leveraging on the market mechanism and stakeholders' collaboration towards environmental sustainability.
This includes from the point of view of the state's government's administrative policy that pays attention to environmental, social and governance issue (ESG) through the proposed implementation of green technology and new energy sources. Adding to that, it is also in line with the objectives of the post-COVID-19 Development Strategy Action Plan that emphasize environmental sustainability.
We are very proud to announce that Sarawak maybe is the first state in Malaysia that has enacted laws. The first state in Malaysia that has enacted laws to permit activities related to carbon and nature venture businesses. This is a testament to Sarawak efforts to be at the forefront of climate change mitigation.
Also present were the Deputy Premier of Sarawak, Dato' Amar Awang Tengah Ali Hassan, Asia Flux 2022 Chairman Dr. Luli Meling, and 20 delegations from China, Estonia, Hong Kong, Germany, Indonesia, Japan, Singapore, South Korea, United States, and Malaysia. The conference served as an avenue for researchers from all over the world to share knowledge on green technology and climate change issues, as well as the alternatives in technology and new energy sources. Also presented during the event were the Young Scientist Award and the Best Fellow Award.
Welcome back. Former Prime Minister Dato' Sri Najib Tun Razak's son, Dato' Muhammad Nazifuddin, today obtained an order to stay the execution of a summary judgment entered against them over unpaid income tax amounting to more than 1.7 billion ringgit pending disposal of their appeals in the Federal Court. The order was granted by a three-member bench comprising Chief Justice Tun Tengku Maimun Tuan Mat and Federal Court judges Dato' Mary Lim Tian Suan and Dato' Rodzaria Bujang.
Earlier, lawyer Muhammad Farhan Muhammad Shafi, representing Najib and Muhammad Nazifuddin, told the bench that the Inland Revenue Board, or RRB, as the respondent, did not object to the application by both his clients. This was confirmed by Senior Revenue Counsel Al-Humidallah Idrus, representing the IRB. In 2020, two separate high courts allowed the IRB's applications to enter a summary judgment to recover tax arrears of 1.69 billion ringgit from Najib and 37.6 million ringgit from Nazifuddin for the period between 2011 and 2017. On May 10 this year, Najib and Nazifuddin were given the nod by the Federal Court to proceed with their appeals against the decisions of two high courts in allowing the IRB's application to enter a summary judgment to recover more than 1.7 billion ringgit in tax arrears from them. Both Najib and Nazifuddin lost their appeals in the Court of Appeal last September to set aside the summary judgment. Meanwhile, a summary judgment is obtained when the court decides on a case through written submissions, without a full trial and without calling witnesses.
The Cabinet has agreed to recruit 10,000 workers from Sri Lanka after taking into account of the state of the country after it was hit by the current economic crisis. Human Resources Minister Dato' Sri M. Saravanan said in a statement today that the Sri Lankan government has to submit an official application to supply such manpower.
September 14, the Cabinet at its meeting agreed on the hiring of Sri Lankan workers to help Sri Lanka facing the worst economic crisis. Saravanan urged that Malaysian industries and employers support the government's good intentions for sectors that are allowed to hire foreign workers. He also added that employers who have given a quota approval and have settled the levy payment must seize the opportunity. Any company keen on hiring foreign workers are advised to contact the Ministry's Migrant Worker Management Division or the Peninsular Malaysia Labour Department via email for more information.
And that's the quarter update on News at 5. I'm Syarabang Mansor. Be well, Malaysia.